Welcome to the SoCal Sports Complex in beautiful Oceanside, California for the quarterfinals of the U-18-19 U.S. Soccer Development Academy Championships. I'm your host, Mark Serban. It's a pleasure to be with you as the LA Galaxy is getting set to take on the Philadelphia Union. NYCFC has already booked their ticket to championship weekend in Kansas City next month as they defeated Crossfire Premier 2-1. Now either the Galaxy or the Union can join them. Philadelphia Union comes into the tournament the number 3 overall seed, and they top Group H, going 2-0-1 with 7 goals for and 2 goals against. Started with a 3-0 win against Shattuck St. Mary's, followed by a 1-1 draw with the Portland Timbers, and an all-important 3-1 win on the final match day against the Colorado Rapids. For the LA Galaxy, plenty of these players are looking to go to championship weekend for the 3rd straight year, as LA Galaxy's U15-16s lost in the final in 2016 to FC Dallas. Then many of these players moved up to it was then the 17-18s, lost in the final last year to the Houston Texans, now looking to get back and looking for redemption once again. They came into this tournament the 21st overall seed, but they topped Group B, going 2-0-1 with 9 goals for, just a solitary goal against. Opened with a 4-0 win over Montreal Impact, followed by a 1-1 draw against Atlanta United, and then on the final match day beat the Houston Dynamo 4-0 to go through. As it's the Philadelphia Union in their all-white kits who are getting set to get us underway. The LA Galaxy in their alternate blue. And it's the Philadelphia Union who kick off. And I'm joined now by Danielle Diavanzo. Danielle, so glad to have you with us here on USSoccerDA.com. You're in for a good one with these two teams.
It's always a pleasure to work alongside you, Mark. I'm so glad to be here. I'm really looking forward to these two teams matching up, and we'll see what the result pulls off. Both two teams very strong, like you mentioned in the pregame. Hopefully we can see some excitement transpire on the field today.
This into Efrain Alvarez. Had the assist on that crucial tying goal against Atlanta United. 6 goals already in 6 games played for the 15-year-old at the USL level with LA Galaxy 2. And Efrain Alvarez, so important to this LA Galaxy midfield. And this is Zico Bailey marauding right back, getting forward. Bailey gets the return ball. Has Hernandez in support. He'll use him. The two of them play catch. Zico Bailey will play his college ball at Cal State Fullerton. Gets it off to Alex Mendez. Back to Bailey. Bailey and Mendez were both in the sides that lost the last 2 finals. And this is Bailey for the LA Galaxy. Has players to find in the box. This is Hernandez cutting inside. A good job to watch him by Brisma. And Mendez will spray it to the far side.
I mean, Philly right now, you saw was sitting back that whole time, waiting for that one mistake there, and you saw Mendez trying to play over 2 players to switch there, and that's where they come in, looking for the quick counter and going the other way.
And this is the Union going forward. It's played through for Raffanella. Raffanella gets by Lonergan, but his shot was always rising, and there's that quick counterattack you were talking about.
Union right now being very disciplined on defense. You saw their LA Galaxy combining several times, 6, 7, 8 passes, being patient and waiting for that mistake. And that's where we got to see with the LA Galaxy side, when we get those options, can we have players in the 3rd attacking position moving off the ball, creating options, so when they do look to switch, can it be a clean switch rather than lofting the ball in the air? With this type of wind going on today, it's going to be hard to play those type of balls and get it clean.
Eric Lopez plays the goal kick short for Lonergan. It's that shot. It's a good effort. Couldn't keep it down, though. Needs to test Lopez. It's the Galaxy looking to go the other way. Ofemu steps in to clear. Off the head of Anguiano, but played back the other way by Sepulveda. Now Lonergan steps in and punches it out wide. Bought down by Kornfeld Saunders. Played over the top. It's a good ball. Zaris is running ahead of it, but is unable to get that ball played into him at the top of the box. And instead, it goes back to Romero, who sends it the other way for the Union. want to say a quick hello to Aristotle Zaris' family who is listening in Indiana. Efrain Alvarez gets a touch off, and this is Kornfeld Saunders. He'll push it forward and continue his run. And there's a late challenge coming in. And is referee Adam Zarin going to have to go to his book early? Usually this early, you keep the cards in your pocket, but Danielle, that was a pretty nasty challenge.
Late delay there, and as you mentioned, usually this early it'll be a formal warning. I wouldn't give a card right off the bat, but however, we could see what the decision is he want to be stern right away and discourage us from going into a situation like the last game we saw here earlier where you had players starting to push and shove late in the game.
Well, he is calling the Philadelphia Union player over. Well, it's good to see that he's all right. And as you said, Danielle, just a stern talking to in the early going. Good refereeing from Adam Zarin out of Denver, Colorado. Let's take a look at this challenge. And coming in from behind, the ball had already been played. But I will say, he did take his leg back as he went to be clattered into him.
Wasn't sure if maybe he caught something and as he was falling hit it, or he was going full force and trying to decelerate and just got there too late. It didn't look too malicious, but that's where, again, he's going to have to be careful of when he goes into those high-pressure situations. Can he decelerate quick enough so he doesn't get there too late? And with him right now on the warning, he's going to get a card early, and that'll affect not only his play for the rest of the game, but his team as well.
And the adrenaline running high. It is the 5th minute in a quarterfinal. And for many of these players, it is their last chance to win a championship in the Development Academy before they go off to college or to their respective USL or MLS sides. These kids have been together for so long. Both of these teams as well have a high school program. So instead of being together for maybe 10 to 20 hours a week, they're together for 50 or 60 hours a week. Oftentimes, you'll talk to professional players and they say, I spend more time with these guys than I do with my family. And I think it's the same for these Development Academy players as well. So they want to bring home a trophy together in their last go-around. Ezekiel Bailey gets this throw in. Alex Mendez, so good at distributing, into Efrain Alvarez. Mendez trying to spin. Pellegrino will be whistled for the foul.
So there, just the arm over the top, pulling back. You're going to have to call that just being a little smarter there, because you see they're trying to put that high pressure on. Now they're sitting back. They have to be patient like they were before, wait for the mistake. However, as you mentioned with that chemistry, you can really see that, especially with the LA Galaxy, how they're passing and moving and hardly even having to look at each other. They know where each player is going to be because they've been training and working hard to understand their positional roles and their movements in different situations throughout the play.
Mendez is being watched by Kuhn. Gets it out wide, Mendez. This is Yanez. Such a magical player with the ball at his feet. Ulysses Yanez scored that equalizer against Atlanta United. Was also on target in the 4-0 win against the Montreal Impact. Yanez, a U.S. Youth International. Has also played 9 games for LA Galaxy too, Ulysses Yanez, with 2 goals. As Bailey gets it out wide. Bought down by Hernandez. Hernandez with 2 goals in these playoffs against the Montreal Impact and the Houston Dynamo. And the high pressure paying off as Zaris came across.
So you wonder as the day goes on, the field being a little bit dry, you see players look like they're slipping almost as it's getting the wear and tear, and it's just going to get worse throughout the week. They have to figure that out, get adjusted to that type of play, settling down. And you see their touches, the balls, they're bouncing up a bit, touches a little off. But we'll see probably within the first 10 minutes is where you start to see teams settle down and get into their rhythm.
This just one of 625 games being played at the U.S. Soccer Development Academy Showcase and Playoffs over last week and this week. 4th game for these teams as they made their way out of the groups and are into the quarterfinal, trying to book their ticket to championship weekend in Kansas City. Semifinals on July 8th, the final on July 10th. As this ball slid through and well offside is the attacker. It was Raffanello who left too early. It's a good ball threaded through to him. Raffanello needs to hold his run. He knows something about breaking through back lines, though, Jeremy Raffanello, with 23 goals on the season. That in just 24 appearances coming into this afternoon.
So early on, they had that quick transition piece where right off the bat, he got a shot on goal, just the ball soared again, the wind's picking up. It's really important for teams to try to keep the ball on the ground so that way you don't risk the ball just taking off like we saw with his first shot of the match.
This is Bailey getting forward. Back to Mendez. Clipped back in for Bailey. And Ofemu will clear it out. First corner kick of the game, and it goes the way of the LA Galaxy in the 9th minute.
So that ball's just in the parking lot now at this point. They're going to have to go get that later.
That ball's in Orange County. So we'll have to get another ball.
At this point, good for the Union. Just kick the ball out, reset, get your shape, find your mark, find your game plan, and can they get the ball out quickly to look to just get away from the danger zone in the defensive third.
Alex Mendez drills it across goal.
Back in Zico.
Falls for Zico Bailey. Back to Mendez. He pumps in a good cross. And it takes a header. It was Leonardo Sepulveda who got up. In the end, it's easy for Romero. Such a good job to attack that ball, though. Anguiano intercepts. It's the Union to go the other way. And Ofemu get it back. This is Ofemu. Near side for Sesak. And he threads it into the channel. Prisma gets to the end line, pulls it across, goes all the way through, and then the shot was rolled tamely in to Eric Lopez.
Say Temple there, it looked like he just mishit that. His foot wasn't in the position he wanted to be, maybe swung a bit too early there. But that's the ball movement that they want to do. Can they split that back line, get that ball in deep, get the cross finish, open on the back post? Just unfortunate there, his foot just didn't connect to the ball the way that he had planned.
It was Temple who was able to get on the end of that cutback. Like you said, Danielle, didn't hit it the way he wanted. And now it's the Galaxy to go the other way with 11 minutes gone. Good pressing from Pellegrino, forces the ball back. And this is Sepulveda. Pumps it forward. Zaris able to get ahead on it.
Go, Cal, go, Cal.
Kuhn gets it out wide. Temple. Pellegrino. Sesak. Won by Zaris. Zaris running right at the heart of the Union defense. And that's good work from Ofemu in the back.
That was great defensive positioning there by Ofemu. Was able to recognize when that big touch was coming and just get himself positioned between the player and the wall, get it out, get quick. And we, again though, Galaxy doing so well to just re-win possession and try to settle it. What you're seeing with the Union right now, they're just a little too frantic still. You saw a couple great combination plays. They're starting to get themselves a bit more comfortable. But for me, I feel right now they're still a bit too tense. And they just need to relax a bit more.
Well, here they are on the charge. It's open up for Temple on the far side. Able to get the cross off before Sepulveda could get there, but nobody arriving at the back post in a Philadelphia Union jersey. A good effort almost to keep it in, but it will be a goal kick for the LA Galaxy in the 13th minute.
Great effort there by Brisma, trying to do everything he can to get that touch in, but as I was mentioning, they're trying to go on that far side, get the ball across. They're just missing that opposite player on that back post there. Brisma just wasn't able to get in enough.
This run will run all the way through for Ofemu. Rolls it in. Stepping in to intercept is the Galaxy. Zaris, Mendez, Efrain Alvarez. Threads it through for Yanez. This is Ulysses Yanez. Keeper comes out to challenge Yanez, rounds him, and opens the scoring for the LA Galaxy.
That all started there with the win by Lonergan, being able to recognize that ball, trying to go through the gaps, coming in, winning that ball, quick transition, and unbelievable footwork there with Yanez. when you notice he's going into the box, he knows that he's going to want to cut back and attack the heels of the defender there. As we see again, boom, he cuts back right there, gets a touch to recognize there's players there. And you see, at least with Union, they did try to recover, but at that point, he had a choosing. And what a composed finish to be able to put that ball in the back of the net.
It's the same combination that found the equalizer against Atlanta United. It was Efrain Alvarez who unlocked the defense with a beautiful pass, carving them open for Ulysses Yanis to get on the end of that. And once he rounded the keeper, Danielle, he was never going to miss from there.
Unbelievable. Again, great work from the start of the defensive transition. How quickly can we transition from defense to attack, playing that beautiful ball through right into stride of Yanis, and for him to be able to stay composed, as I mentioned, just pure class there by the LA Galaxy on that goal.
Two players on the line, and Yanis knew he was going to have to get it past them. So many players would have tried to pass it in, and Yanis said, I'm just going to roof it.
Switch is coming, Kel. You got it. Coming.
Third goal of the playoffs for Ulysses Yanis. Mendez spins. He'll play his college ball at UCLA. Mendez, one of 1,065 players from the U.S. Soccer Development Academy who signed to play college soccer in 2018.
Union now once again coming the other way, and they're either just trying to force a pass or they're just again being too frantic. Now we see on the opposite end, Yanis once again going down that left flank.
There's Yanis looking to create off the dribble. That's good defending on the far side. Yanis is able to recover. Rides the challenge. Yanis go down. No foul, says the referee. Oh, now things getting testy. Yanis is getting into it behind the play with a Union defender. Cooler heads prevail, and chasing it at the other end is Raffagnano. Raffanello spins away with it. That's a good ball in. Kuhn unable to turn, and it is cleared to safety by the Galaxy. And now the referee is going to bring this back and have a stern talking to both Yanis and Ongulwale.
I mean, there you saw, he just is losing his cool. He's getting frustrated. They're already down 1-0, and that's where you need to see at this level, you have to start keeping your emotions controlled and don't let yourself get thrown out of the game because of something silly as a back and forth and a missed tackle here and there.
Good handshake there between the two. Let's take a look, and well, Yanis did kick out as he didn't like the pressure that was being applied by Ungunwale. Both of them at fault. Both of them dressed down by the referee. Both of them made up, and we're back to play here in Oceanside, California, as Kornfeld Saunders skied to win that header.
It's one of
this
those.
Is Yanis turning into space.
It's one of those there where you see some coaches love to see that energy or the passion that the players have, and then there's others, more like myself, I tend to want to err on the side of composure in regards to not letting my emotions get the best of me with my players. But it does vary, though, where some coaches may say, I like that. I know they're passionate. I know they want to win. And I see that on them on the field, willing to do anything they can.
Zico Bailey. It's being watched by Brisma. He'll get it back to Ian Lonergan. Launch to the far side for Kornfeld Saunders. Into the middle for Efrain Alvarez. Slides it over for Mendez. He'll roll it along to Hernandez. Overlap from Zico Bailey. This is Bailey to the byline, towards the back post, and there were no takers in a blue jersey.
So a good clear by Lewis there just to get rid of the play. Don't let the ball go to Yanis right away, and now allow his team to reset their defensive side.
Yanis is going to leave this thrown off for Kornfeld Saunders to get forward. Kaylee Kornfeld Saunders was the valedictorian of the LA Galaxy Academy High School. He'll play his college ball at the University of Portland, Kornfeld Saunders. Alvarez. Mendez spins. This is Mendez brought down at the top of the box by Ugunwale.
Another silly foul there, in my opinion. No need to push there. And now you're giving the Galaxy a really dangerous opportunity here on a set piece play, or a potential set piece play here. Once again, you see Mendez. He's going to try to cut around and just, you know, getting your leg in front and then adding the extra push to me is a little bit just unnecessary there.
So many Galaxy players capable of hitting this. It's going to be either Mendez or Alvarez. Yanez is there as well. Looks like it would be either Mendez on his left or Yanez on his right, as Alvarez has left the vicinity. It's Mendez off the crossbar. Zaris was unable to get on the end of it, and it's sent clear. And Alvarez to go for goal. Not a bad idea, but not too much to trouble the keeper in the end as Romero rolls it out.
So Mendez hit the wrong part of the bar, unfortunately for them, but it's the right idea. Just the inside foot. Can he in-swing it, bend it in? Just hit the wrong part of that crossbar, unfortunately for him. So the score still remains 1-0 with the Yanez finish early on.
Shouts for handball fall in deaf ears, but the Galaxy win it back. Nangiano. Saunders. This is Sepulveda. Lonergan gives him an angle. Good patience from the Galaxy in the 20th minute.
Take your space.
Here's a set piece again by Mendez. Looks like it's frozen there, but once we get that replay there, you'll see just that inside the foot trying to bend it in.
This is Zico Bailey. Hernandez. Oh, that's a heavy challenge. And this will be the game's first yellow card. I believe it's Sesak who becomes the first player to go into referee Adam Zarin's book.
Again, the emotions are just getting the best of the Philadelphia Union right now. There's a push on the back. No, again, one of those things where the ball's not even in the vicinity at that point. Need to control your emotions. At this point now, that's a warning to all the Philadelphia Union players that they're not going to be taking that type of play today.
Hernandez. Good defending from Sesak, and it will be a throw-in.
Come on, Blue.
Zico Bailey coming up to take. This is Hernandez. Wins another throw in Hernandez. Another player who has spent time playing with Los Dos. Has one game under his belt this season at the USL level. Zaris shielding. Back to Zico Bailey. Poked back in for Zaris. Lays it off for Hernandez. And the shot is blocked by Ogunwale. Now it's Philadelphia looking to break. And you get the feeling that if Philadelphia are going to find the equalizer, it's going to come from a counterattack.
I agree. As of right now, just the way that they're playing, and they need to just keep composed and not get split. When you see the Galaxy in tight spaces are very good at finding those gaps just to penetrate through. So the Philadelphia Union really have to stay strong defensively, keep their shape, and look to get that, win that ball, quick counter, use their speed on the back line, especially since, as we see, Bailey, for example, loves to push up. Gives them another advantage if they have at least a 3v2 versus a 4v1 with the number of situations if they're able to counter quickly.
Inside for Brisma. No foul, says the referee, so Kornfeld Saunders will retrieve the loose ball. And the Galaxy will look to build it out of the back in the 23rd minute. This is Lonergan to bring it forward. Lonergan is on his way to Cal. Hernandez turns. Faces off to Sesak, and we'll give it off to Mendez. Spins away from the challenge. Little ball for Hernandez. Finds Mendez, and that is a gorgeous ball into the channel. Yanez lays it back, and the shot right down the goalkeeper's corridor. That was a good job, though, from Efrain Alvarez to get there in support, and the little layoff for him. But just couldn't test the keeper. This one goes all the way through for Lopez.
See, Alvarez so far, that's twice now that he's been in a good position to get that shot, but just hits it right into the chest of Romero. And for him, if he can just keep himself settled down and really get to connect that ball correctly, whether it's just using the inside of his foot and angling his hips more wide or just connecting with his laces better, that's going to be a dangerous combination with Yanez and Alvarez.
Ogunwale deep in conversation with the referee. Wasn't happy with the attention that he had received from the LA Galaxy. Ofemu, forward for Turner. Just a bit too far in front of Sesak. So it'll be a throw in for the Galaxy just past the midway point of this first half. What are your thoughts so far, Danielle?
Right now, LA is a lot more composed. You're seeing they're understanding they play the ball on the ground a bit more and possess. And then when they can find that switch ball or that penetrating ball through, they understand it has to be a driven ball with this type of wind. If you loft it, it's going to get picked off each time. And I think LA Galaxy's got a couple more goals in them if they can just get that final connection there. Philly, on the other hand, they're just letting their emotions get the best of them. You see they have these moments where they're combining and they're able to use their speed with the quick counters. It's just getting them to be able to, once again, get those shots on target, or at least where they want it to go.
Alvarez over for the top. Zaris has got me on the back line. Just couldn't get proper contact. That was a good run from Zaris. Just not enough purchase in the shot. Cole Turner is playing up from the 16-17s for the Philadelphia Union. This ball over the top, and it's Temple over the keeper, and we're level in the 26th minute. It's Prisma who got the final touch, and it was a gorgeous touch, lobbing it over Lopez, who was off his line.
That was a great run there. If you see the replay, you saw Philadelphia had numbers up, waiting for that penetrating ball over the top, and the ball fed in perfectly right into Prisma's approach, was able to stay composed, keep his head in the game, and just chip it over the top. Here's the ball again over the top, and he's just going to do a one-touch over, recognizes that the keeper's out, and he just lofted over the top with the space between and put it back in the net. Now we're at a tie game here.
8th goal of the season for Iverson Prisma. And we're level again in the 27th minute. Deft touch from Prisma.
That and great awareness again to recognize that you see Lopez coming off his line. Just tip it over the top. That's all you need.
Well, how will the Galaxy respond? Bailey has Prisma watching him. It's the Galaxy's number 11, Hernandez. Gets it right back. Hernandez takes the space, slides it through for Zaris. Zaris puts it across the danger area, and there were no takers.
Beautiful run by Zaris there. Just Yanez was not able to get in quick enough to be on the receiving end of that ball inside the box.
Well, Howell goal changes things. Philadelphia looked like a whole new team in possession, as this one clipped over for the far side. Pellegrino slides it in. Prisma again, back post, just unable to get to it. Prisma so close to his second at full stretch, just couldn't get a piece of it.
So I wonder there, was that a coaching change or was the player recognition that Prisma, I think, has the speed to beat Cornfield on that opposite side? Before we had a Prisma-Bailey matchup, they've switched sides, and now that's twice now Prisma's been able to get behind Cornfield and try to create something.
That was a great ball in from Temple and just beyond Prisma. And now all of a sudden it's the Galaxy who are on the back foot. Another forward here. Inside for Mendez. Solid defending from Ogunwale in that one-on-one situation. Little touch off for Temple. It's a free kick for the Philadelphia Union, but it's a Galaxy player who's down in Sepulveda. Leonardo Sepulveda turned 17 last Sunday. Spent the beginning of the month at the U-18 men's national team camp. And there's the foul for going into the back, and there's where he went down.
So there was a push first and then the initial turn there. The emotions getting heated on both sides now. Now that we've got the 1-1 tie, you're seeing that the Galaxy are starting to just get a little bit heated up here.
Those two players who aren't afraid to mix it up. Well stepped in by Sesak. Kornfeld Sanders, cushion header down for Alvarez. Over the top for Giannis. Giannis. And Ogunwale came over to make the play.
It's a great defending by Ogunwale there just to get a poke, to get that ball out. Again, once again, just getting your team back, regrouping their shape. I know not all coaches like to give up corners here and there, but in that situation, I'd rather have my player poke that ball away and force a corner rather than let Yanez go straight to goal.
Second quarter kick of the game for the LA Galaxy. First from the far side. It's going to be an outswinger for Alex Mendez. Seeing his ability to strike a dead ball. This is all the way to the back post. Lonergan puts it back into the danger area, and it's swept clear. So it'll be another throw-in for Zico Bailey as we're just past the half-hour mark in Oceanside. 1-1 between the Philadelphia Union and the LA Galaxy at the U.S. Soccer Development Academy U-18-19 playoffs quarterfinal. On the line, a spot in the Final Four in Kansas City next month. Saunders muscled off the ball. And it's Temple to bring the ball forward for the Philadelphia Union in the 32nd minute. It's a good run from Temple. Inside for Raffanello. Over for Prisma. Lopez comes out, and he gets there first.
Good save by Lopez, but again, a quick counter there. You see the speed of their top three. You've got Temple, Raffanello, and Prisma, extremely fast. Can they be able to get out quicker? And that's where I would like to see the Philadelphia midfielders be able to support quicker. So if they can get up and they can't go forward, can they at least have that backdrop option or a player making a run underneath so that way they can get more shots on target?
Mendez unable to bring it down, and Temple will sweep it back. This is Thomas Romero. The keeper gets it out wide to Benjamin Ofemu. On the other side, Romero will pick it up. This time throws it out for Sesak. Back in for Pellegrino. Pellegrino's pass falls kindly for Sesak. Pellegrino. Ofemu. Ogunwale. Coming back to get it is Kuhn. Slides it inside for Raffanello. Raffanello was trying to get it to Pellegrino in the middle, but it was well read by the Galaxy defense. Now looking to pass their way out of the back. Lovely combination to get themselves out of trouble, the Galaxy, and they can work forward. That not the best ball back, but the Galaxy able to rescue the situation as it's flighted over for Zico Bailey. He'll roll it back for Lonergan. And it's on Giano. Mendez, who struck the crossbar with a free kick. One back by Sesak. Not a bad idea from Kuhn as he was trying to find Brisma down this near side. It will be a throw-in for the Galaxy. 34th minute. And other than scoring that goal, what have the Union done to start to tilt the field in their favor?
I think just them getting that goal has really put the pressure back on the Galaxy, just because they've been more composed, they've had more majority of the possession, and you're seeing Philly is coming in aggressive, they're playing tough, and they're showing you that we can counter quickly. So that's where, again, just having that patience, and when they do win the ball, you see the ideas are there, it's just finding that final connection. I think, you know, once they are able to settle down at halftime, I have a feeling you might see a bit of a different team from the Philadelphia Union once they can get settled and composed.
That one played behind Yanez. Throw and taken by Lewis. This is Ofemu. Seth Kuhn gets it forward for Pellegrino. Pellegrino gets it right back. Tried to play it back to Kuhn, almost picked off by Zaris. But Ofemu can bring it out for Philadelphia. Sesak tried to help it onto Brisma. And more beautiful one-touch passing from the Galaxy as they switch the point of attack.
You see the Union were starting to do that as well. It's just, again, that final ball trying to get up again when they do possess and build. It's just that last ball into the middle or attacking third is what's getting off right now. And they just need to be able to find that connecting pass, and that's where we'll see more build-up play.
Well, there was the danger of Yanez on the dribble, and he's upended just outside the box.
This is where he played there. He just came in a little too late.
And the question is it going to be Alex Mendez again? This one a bit tougher of an angle. But it's Yanez and Mendez who are over it once again. Four Galaxy players getting ready to attack either the penalty spot or the back corner of the six. Now they're joined by another one as Hernandez makes his way into the mix. Three-man wall for Thomas Romero. And it's Mendez again. Romero watches it fly over his crossbar this time around.
There, that kick looks like he just lifted himself up a little bit too early there, and you see with this type of wind, again, the ball's just going to take off if you give it that slight lift that it needs.
Good look at Brian Kleban, head coach, the LA Galaxy 18-19s. And Kevin Coleman was in the background there as well, at the edge of his technical area, shouting instructions to his Union charges. So we're in the 37th minute, 1-1 between the Philadelphia Union and the LA Galaxy in the U-18-19 U.S. Soccer Development Academy quarterfinals. NYCFC has already punched their ticket to Kansas City. Who are the other three teams that will join them? Zico Bailey has Hernandez along the touchline. Gets it inside to Mendez, back to Bailey. And this is Hernandez, being watched by Sesak. Bailey will get it back to Lonergan, finds the feet of his keeper, Lopez. Lopez slings it over to the far side. And now forward for Yanez. Yanez showed too much of it, Ongunwale, but he's able to get it back. Gotta tell you though, I've been very impressed with Ogunwale's one-on-one defending, especially with players running right at him. Alvarez now on the far side. Pops it in for Zaris, but his header well saved by Romero.
Say after getting beat that first goal against Yanez, you see Ogunwale's done a lot better of just staying strong, waiting for that cutback. He's anticipating what Yanez is going to do now, and that's where he's having more success of just getting a foot in to disrupt the play.
Lonergan brings it down. Alvarez played it in, and Zaris did the right thing, directing it goalwards. It's a good job by Romero to get across his line.
There's a ball on the top again. You see the positioning there. Romero read that play the entire time, just followed it in. Easy dive, be able to secure that ball and make the save.
Third corner kick of the half for the LA Galaxy. This time it'll be Hernandez to take.
Come on, Ian.
Back for Mendez. Hernandez shaping up to cross. And it's cleared away by Pellegrino. Time for Kornfeld Saunders to gather. Gets it off for Sepulveda.
Come on, far post. Far post.
Mendez witnessing the gap. Over for Hernandez. Hernandez looking to get to the end line. Sesak defends him well. And Sesak wins the free kick.
Great defending there from Seslak to not allow that cross and keep the ball in play, and then getting his body around. That's where you saw Hernandez having almost being forced to have to pull him down in an attempt to try to win that ball back.
So it'll be a free kick for Thomas Romero. Final 5+ minutes of the first half, plus any stoppage time deemed necessary by the referee. Bailey misses the header. Punch forward, and Raffanello is in. Raffanello has to spin back with it. Gets the byline, Raffanello plays it across, and it's swept clear by Kornfeld Saunders. There were players at the back post getting ready to pounce, but Kornfeld Saunders took up a good defensive position.
There's an example there of you see Kuhn coming in and making that underrun, being able to be a back pass option for Raffanello, but being played back in, Raffanello just bad touch to start, plays it across, and good defensive clear there to be able to read it, but that's where you sit there and go, if Temple was just a step there. Once again, another ball back, played towards the 6, just nobody there.
Get on him, Ian.
Inside for Pellegrino. He tried to slide it through, but that pass overcooked, and it will be a goal kick for the LA Galaxy inside the final 5 minutes of the opening 45. Lonergan to bring it forward. This is a good run from Hernandez. And flying in to make the challenge was Ofemu. Comes off for Alvarez, slides it in for Zaris, and a big save from Romero.
Critical save from Romero there, being able to track that play again, getting in the way. May have even hit off his chest or his face there, but just getting his body in front of it, not allowing Zaris to get the finish that he's been just knocking on the door all day at this point.
And once again, it was Alvarez carving the defense open, but the goalkeeper came out and did his thing. Been really impressed with Zaris' movement off the ball, though, to put himself in those situations. Just has to make one of those chances come to fruition. Anguiano. Lopez. Brought down by Mendez. Being hassled by Ofemu, and he's whistled for the foul. Alvarez. This one a bit too far, but another good idea from Efrain Alvarez.
So you can see what gap he was trying to play, and having Yanez make that diagonal run in just a little too much there. But even if he had not put as much pace on it, I don't think it would have even made it past that back line because they would have intercepted it. So I like the idea, and you hear the coaching staff say the same thing, right idea, just a a little bit more in towards the 6 rather than pushing it a little bit wider out for Giannis to have that opportunity to run onto it.
This is Brisma. And it'll be a free kick for the Philadelphia Union.
There's a little tug there from
Brisma
Bailey.
wanted to play quickly.
So just a little tug there. Bailey just grabbed the arm, pulled it, and that's where you're just going to get the call.
Zaris able to win it off of Ofemu, and it will be a throw-in for the Galaxy. Can either side nick a goal before halftime? Bailey gets it back to Lonergan. Near side. Hernandez knocks it back to Bailey, and he'll use the safety valve in his goalkeeper. Into the final minute of the opening half. Kornfeld-Saunders, Alvarez. He'll spin back with it. The Galaxy will hit the reset button. Alvarez again. Over the top for Yanez. Yanez gets there, but Romero does too, and he's able to make the save.
Romero once again showing how well he reads the game and anticipating that long ball in. And that's where I was saying last time, it was a little more too central. That one was a bit wider in position for Yanez to run onto, but the goalkeeping and the awareness from Romero to come out and make that save is what's keeping this game at 1-1 right now.
Fourth corner kick of the half for the LA Galaxy. This one driven back for Alvarez. Be 1 minute of stoppage time. And there's that shutdown defending from Ogunwale once again. Alvarez drives it in, and it's plucked out of the air by Romero.
Each shot by Alvarez is getting stronger and stronger and stronger. It's just a matter of time, I think, before he's able to get one in the back of the net rather than into the hands there of Romero. But a great save by Romero to be able to keep his hands strong, secure that ball, and bring it down without giving up a rebound.
Zico Bailey steps in, make sure there's no counterattack. Final moments of this first half. It's been a good one between the Philadelphia Union and the LA Galaxy. Brisma, still going Brisma. Off for Raffanello. Inside for Cole Turner. Slings it to the far side. This is Raffanello. Slips it in for Temple. The offside flag is up. Beautiful movement, but the steps made just a second too early, and that will be the last action of this first half. What are your thoughts on the opening 45 minutes, Danielle?
Very exciting game. Now that Philadelphia's calmed down a little bit, I think you're starting to see more of that possession style and the build-up and making those quick runs from their 7, 9, 11 players, overlapping, trying to break through that back line. I think the second half you're going to see the Galaxy, as they start to get tired, can they keep up with that pace that right now we're seeing between Temple, Raffanello, and Brisma?
45 minutes down, 45 minutes to go, and it's all to play for. We'll have the second half for you on USSoccerDA.com when we return. all set for the final 45 minutes between the LA Galaxy and the Philadelphia Union, and if necessary, extra time, as it's 1-1 as we get underway for the second half. Mark Serbo alongside Danielle Diavanzo. So happy to have you along with us here on USSoccerDA.com. Danielle, once things settled down, really was a beautifully played first half by both sides.
It was very exciting. As I mentioned, I like the possession style of play, so I enjoy seeing both teams being able to possess. LA Galaxy, I think, had the better half in regards to being able to possess the ball more. But you saw with the Philadelphia Union, once they scored, their confidence went up. They started building the ball more, and you started to see them be able to connect to each other and create some other goal-scoring chances. For me, my biggest thing for the Union is, can they get their center midfielders to connect more between the defensive line and the attacking line and be able to hold the middle players, because you've got a lot of playmakers in the center mid for LA Galaxy right now. Can they keep their shape, shut them down, and be patient is the key there, be patient.
They're moving the ball around the back now. This is Leonardo Sepulveda coming forward. Kornfeld Saunders. Space inside for Giannis. Giannis trying to get to the far side. It's behind Zara, and it's cleared. Mendez coming back. Tony Temple wins it off of him. Temple into the path of Raffanello, and it'll be a free kick as whistled for the foul as Leonardo Sepulveda. I'm trying to see. A yellow card has been given out to Leonardo Sepulveda. Did that warn a yellow card, Danielle?
You could hear the chirping from the coachings on both sides saying, well, there should be yellows here, yellows there. So at this point now, both teams have a yellow. Referee staff is trying to say, let's calm the game down. We'll see what happens, though, in regards to here. And then you see they got the free kick. We'll see if the Union can create a goal-scoring opportunity off of this set piece.
Six players lined up across the top of the 18 for the Philadelphia Union. This ball to be swung in lacked the necessary trajectory, and Mendez is able to get it clear. Ogunwale skies to win the header. Kuhn swings it in. Chested forward by Sepulveda.
Keep on the ground, boys.
Mendez played it forward. Turner intercepts, still battling with Zaris. And Biersma gets there to win it for the Union. Played out for Lewis. Able to get there before Giannis. Helps it on to Pellegrino. Lewis continued his run. It's Lewis at the top of the box. Showed too much of it. Almost able to get it off for Biersma, though. And this one will roll all the way through to the far side. Now Biersma retrieves. Had a player making a run down the wing. Instead, it looked to plate it in. Kornfeld Saunders' header was right back into the middle. Still danger for the Galaxy. Still having trouble scrambling it. The shot comes in. It wasn't a bad effort. It will be a goal kick for the LA Galaxy. Pellegrino did well to get something on that.
See, Pellegrino just trying to one-time catch the keeper off guard, and that's all a result of just the misclear there from that LA back line. I think right now you're seeing that the Philadelphia Union already are playing much better than they did in the first 5 minutes of the first half versus the first 5 minutes of the second half here.
And there's that misclearance you were talking about, Danielle, and not a bad effort. In the girls' U-15 playoffs. We'll get back to that in a second as Alvarez was flying through. He wanted a free kick. He's not going to get it. Well, the ball fell for Kotsios just like that for LA Galaxy San Diego, as that's a heavy challenge. The free kick will go the way of the Philadelphia Union. Andrew May and Brian Kleban on the LA Galaxy bench are besides themselves. So here's the challenge, and the studs were showing a bit from Anguiano, but he got the ball. And now it's going to be a talking to for Anguiano. What's the referee going to do here? It's a yellow card for Anguiano.
At this point, you saw even early on that both teams were getting a little heated, Philly more than LA per se. But as it's still 1-1, both teams are fighting for a chance to make it to the next round. It's going to get more and more physical unless if something is done where you see quite a few players now are on yellow cards. Just having to be careful in regards to what they're doing, especially if you got the card. You don't want to either get thrown out of the game and put your team now 10 men down. It's very few times you see a team 10 men down come back to win. Not everybody can be Germany.
I don't know, Mendez did take that first free kick like Tony Cruz.
Very close.
Ofemu gets it out wide. This is Cole Turner, back for Ofemu. Zaris is applying the pressure. Well, the two forwards have come up. Now the midfield's got to come in and find them. Floated over for Lewis. Lewis makes the interception. Kuhn flights it to the far side. This is Biersma. Has two players to find in the box. Biersma instead, he goes to the top and has a rip. And skipped by Lopez, but by the post as well.
Biersma there just cutting inside, getting a shot, looking to try to beat him down low, but went just wide. And again, you're seeing the LA still looking a bit frantic there, and it started with Mendez not when he intercepted the ball, won it, and then just turned it back over again. And you see LA's going to try to use their speed with the quick counter.
Anguiano. Hernandez. Inside for Alvarez. Near side, Ulysses Yanis. This is where he's most dangerous. Skips by one. Plays it back across, top of the box. Chances on. It's Zaris. It's 2-1 LA Galaxy. Aristotle Zaris with his 8th of the season, his first of the playoffs. And it has the LA Galaxy in front in the 53rd minute.
As we mentioned early on in the first half, that Yanez battle down the left flank, you know he's a dangerous player, and here he is again, cutting back towards the heels, picking his head up and recognizing he's got players in the box, and there's a bit of the scramble there, and good composure by Zaris to be able to just poke it in the back of the net. And Yanez once again, head up, recognizing I've got players behind, can I get it inside the 6, and now you're forcing the keeper to make a decision, do I come out or do I sit a bit more? And great follow-up by Zaris to just poke it in the back of the net.
You have to give credit to Thomas Romero. Came out and made the initial save on Efrain Alvarez, but Zaris was jolly on the spot to finish it off. Well, that's what good strikers do, Danielle. They put themselves in those positions, and Zaris knew exactly where to be to sweep up that rebound. And now the LA Galaxy have their noses in front once again. This is Efrain Alvarez. He can hit them from here. Well, he'll want that one back.
Alvarez, we've been seeing all game, just trying to knock on the door. We'll see if he's able to finally get that connection he's looking for, whether he's getting the save there or just mishitting the ball completely.
Come on, Blue, it's coming again.
Here's that opportunity for Alvarez. Turned, was invited to shoot, so he did, and just never seemed to get his body over it, Danielle.
And you notice there, the Union defense is backing up. They're allowing him to take those shots, whereas a player where sometimes, you know, like at Yanez, you're going to pressure him right away. With Alvarez, they're inviting him. They're saying, come take a shot. Let's see what you got.
He already has a goal of the week in the USL, Efrain Alvarez. Just age 15, 6 goals in 6 games for Los Dos.
Better late than never.
It'll be a free kick for LA Galaxy. Ulysses Yanez's shoe came off, so he's putting it back on.
Maybe
That's why Alex Mendez is waiting to take this free kick.
Yeah, looks like there maybe just clipped him in the back, and shoe just doesn't feel right, puts it back in, and there's the quick restart, trying to play him off.
Come on, guys. Smart, Blue.
Ulysses Yanez with a goal in the first one. Not sure whether he's going to get credit for the assist on the second, but he's the one who created it. Zangiano wins the header. Perfectly directed for Mendez. Rolls it out for Yanez. Giannis running at Lewis once again, and this time Lewis steps in. Good defending from Lewis. Ogunwale spins away from Zaris. Kornfeld-Saunders steps in to intercept. Turner. Kuhn slides it over for Brisma. Brisma looking for his second of the day. He steps inside and has a go. That's a good save from Lopez in the end. Too close to him, but Lopez still had to scramble across his box and dive on that ball.
It's a great build-up with Turner again, being able to recognize this is my gap that I'm trying to defend. Can I win that ball? And quickly switch the point of attack to the opposite side. And all the way on the other end, though, you've got a great save. Being able to just recognize that and hold that ball. Like you mentioned, he kind of had to scramble a bit, but was able to hold on to it.
This one comes back to Romero. Inside for Pellegrino. Goes through for Kuhn. Trying to get it out wide. And not enough juice on it to reach Brisma. And it's launched clear by Eric Lopez. He's kept goal in 3 games for Los Dos this season, Eric Lopez. That's a nice move from Brisma to create some space down the far side. And making the run is Raffanello. It's over for Temple. And a good tackle. Temple still with it though. Leaves it back for Raffanello, and his shot is blocked. Another chance at the top of the box. Turner's effort is charged down. And now it's Alvarez to go the other way. Has Zaris ahead of him. And flying up this near wing is Ulysses Yanes. He's unable to catch up to it as the counterattack peters out.
Once again, you can even hear the coaches saying, keep transitioning that ball from one side of the field all the way to the other side where you've got Temple open for that shot. But again, you had Lopez coming over, made the great save, and the entire defensive line as well shifting over. And every rebound that hit, it was deflecting off a player. And when you had that final shot come in, that's where I wish you could see that midfield line push up a bit more. So rather than having to sprint 10 yards to take that shot and have it deflected, you're there a bit closer, can you get that shot off quicker?
Beautiful quick ball movement from the LA Galaxy. Zaris joins in on the fun. Hernandez shimmies past the challenge on the far side. Hernandez continued his run. And coming over in color, it was Ofemu. And Ofemu will be whistled for the foul. So it'll be another free kick for the LA Galaxy. It's Efrain Alvarez who's over it. Sepulveda and Lonergan making their way up from their center back positions. Alvarez teases it in. It's a free header. And the flag stayed down. Had that gone in, it would have counted.
So you can tell with the wind blowing across the field that he was going to get a lot of power behind that ball. And we're going to see here the loft in. It's just, I don't think Sepulveda was able to get enough on that header where he was open and was able to connect a bit better. Just redirect it down low. That could have been a lot better of an opportunity there.
High pressure being applied forces Romero to clear. One in the center, Sokor by Lonergan. The LA Galaxy have made it to the finals the last 2 years in what was then the 15-16s 2 years ago. And many of these players were in the final again with the 17-18s last year. Can they go to championship weekend, the majority of these players, for the 3rd straight year? Except for the differences this year, instead of their home ground in Carson, it's going to be in Kansas City.
Quite a different pace here and there, but you know what? Might as well get a change of scenery out of it.
And a good steak.
That too.
It's Kornfeld-Saunders heading toward the hour mark in Oceanside. 2-1, the LA Galaxy lead the Philadelphia Union in the U-18-19 U.S. Soccer Development Academy quarterfinals. So that was almost awkward for Lonergan, but he did well to knot it forward for Anguiano, who gets it out wide for Bailey. Space for Hernandez to turn. Bailey on the overlap. Hernandez gets it inside to Anguiano, who jumps into the attack. Sprayed to this near side for Giannis. Giannis in his favorite position, able to run one-on-one. Gets inside Giannis, now cuts back onto his left foot. Still going Giannis, and Ongunwale showing his strength in the tackle once again. And now this is Temple flying forward. Good pace from Temple. Inside, it's a lovely turn from Raffanello. Raffanello onto his favorite right foot. It's Raffanello, still Raffanello, and the shot blocked by Lonergan. Now Raffanello will play it back across, and Bailey will just get it clear.
Very dangerous opportunities there. Very dangerous if you're at the LA Galaxy side, but for Philly, a lot of great work there up top by Raffanello, but eventually the shot was blocked by Cornfield, which is getting his leg on it, just the deflection. And they even getting the ball back across. Let's see if the Union can be able to just stay composed. Can they be patient and then look to exploit the gaps?
Be tight, D. Be tight, defense. Nice, Darryl, nice. Nice.
Well, one on the far side. Giannis is screaming for it on the near. Hernandez picks his head up. Now he finds him, tries to thread it through, and is cut out, but I think the offside flag might have gone up against him.
Get it back.
At that point, it would have been offside, I think, just because it was too long for that ball to be fed to him. Giannis was open right away. When you first had that ball there won by Hernandez. Could he have played that ball quicker, so that way they had a 2v2 rather than waiting for the Philadelphia Union to get back?
Terry Davila is getting set to check in for the LA Galaxy. It'll be his 32nd appearance of the season for the man who is going to Cal. Davila scoring in the 4-0 win over the Houston Dynamo.
Zico behind you.
That's a good run from Lewis. Cuts inside Giannis, plays it across. Lopez punches to the top of the box. Sent back in, still trouble for the Galaxy. They're able to scramble it clear.
Come on, push it up. Push it up.
Ongunwale jumping into the attack. Still going Ongunwale. It's a determined run from Ongunwale. Unable to get past Cornfeld Saunders. And Mendez plays it out. And here comes the substitution for the LA Galaxy. And it's Anguiano's number who's up. And you wonder if that yellow card is the reason that Brian Kleban is bringing him off.
That could be it, or we'll see there. I'm looking at maybe the size difference could be helping as well, because right now the midfield with Philadelphia is a lot stronger. They're being a lot more physical than they were in the first half, and you're seeing that these guys that are a bit smaller, they're getting pushed around and they're struggling a little bit. Or it's just looking to protect your players. Right now you have the 2-1 lead. Why am I going to leave him out there if it's getting really choppy at this point? Let me just protect my player, let him out, let him rest, and put somebody else in to get the minutes in. So if I do have to go to my bench at another point, that they have the experience behind them.
Well, it was a good hour shift put in by Anguiano.
Yeah, Blue, get that nice.
And now let's see how Davila can affect this match.
Ian, mark up.
This is Biersma, leaves it off. Still going Biersma. Oh, it's a good run to the end line. And it's cleared out. And it's the first corner kick of the game for the Philadelphia Union.
Ready to counter, Blue.
Well, I know it's only the 64th minute, Danielle, but if I'm the Philadelphia Union, I'm going to say you have to be adding time on for going back to have to find that ball.
At this point, they've kicked quite a few, either into the parking lot or down to 2 or 3 fields over yonder. But you're right, if I'm there, I'm keeping the time and saying I got to get at least 1 minute added back on. I need the time, but for these guys, I think they want to try to press high and convert earlier so they don't have to score a last-minute equalizer to bring it to overtime.
Ogunwale gets it out wide. This is Lewis. He's made some good runs down this near side, Lewis. Cole Turner.
Come on, get on them.
Pellegrino lifts it over the back line. Flag stays down. Played across over the head of Temple. And Saunders will watch this roll out for a Galaxy goal kick. 65th minute. It remains 2-1 LA Galaxy.
I think there the wind just got that one. You can see the idea that he was looking for that back post run to Temple. Just got carried away as it took off with the kick.
So it'll be a goal kick for Eric Lopez. Being told to hurry up by the referee. And he'll play it short. Ian Lonergan to bring it out of the back for the LA Galaxy. Zico Bailey. One back by Ofemu. Inside for Pellegrino. This is Cole Turner. Temple wants to run. Temple trying to power his way to the byline. Can't get past Saunders. I think Cordfeld Saunders did a great job not to allow that to go out of bounds. He has to defend again, though, as Temples win it back. And does well to muscle Yanez off the ball. Lewis gets it inside. Pellegrino slipped on it at the top of the box and will be whistled for a handball. So that was unfortunate for Pellegrino.
Lewis, get some offense going again.
So here's a look at that handball, and Pellegrino just slipping. And it does hit his hand as he tries to get up. So unlucky for the Union. It's the Galaxy's free kick as it's drilled into Alvarez. Oh, and Hernandez was thrown to the turf.
Hey, ref. Come on, ref, right in front of you.
Hernandez just saying he needs a second. Pellegrino will get a lecture from Adam Zarin, referee out of Denver, Colorado. Assisted on this near side by Sarah Cortez from Sacramento, California. Cameron Siller is the AR2 on the far side out of Seattle, Washington. And Michael Smith, well, he's already heard an earful from Brian Kleban and Kevin Coleman in between the benches as the fourth official.
Just a little bit.
He's from Birmingham, Alabama. Let's take a look at this foul. And yeah, Pellegrino did have his arm up in around the face area of Hernandez. This is Alvarez. He always seems so calm on the ball, Alvarez. And here he is again. Hernandez looks to be all right. He's trying to run right at the heart of that back line. Union defense was having none of it. Yanez goes for the early cross, but it's too close to Romero. Well, quicker run out to the top of his box.
It's one of those where you're wondering, did he try to bend that in himself, or was he looking across it and it just got taken the wrong way?
The wind is swirling around here in Oceanside. Give you one guess as to where it's coming off of.
Come on, we got a big gap. Come on, they're owning the midfield.
This one rolled beyond the reach of Turner, and Bailey overtakes Mendez. Alvarez. Pace of the game has slowed down just a touch here. Feel like it suits the Galaxy, Danielle, and their desire to pass the ball around.
Well, that, and they do have the 2-1 lead, so they're just trying to conserve their energy. Can they move the ball around and force the Philadelphia Union to chase and waste their energy more in chasing rather than just possessing and keeping it, and then exert that energy right now like this for a quick counter.
Davila intercepts into Yanez. Yanez, far side, Alvarez. Still going Alvarez. Romero's missed it. Alvarez turns. Alvarez pokes it. It's saved off the line. And Zaris unable to poke it home. They are screaming for a handball on the line. Zaris is down. We'll have to take a look at the replay and see whether or not there was a handball or whether it was saved with the chest. Oh, it's hard to tell from there. I still think that he had his hands behind him and did clear it off the line with his chest. That is a great goal line save by Benjamin Ofemu, in my opinion.
It's one of those where maybe the other sideline maybe had a better angle if it hit his arm rather than his chest. Unfortunately for us on that angle, it's a little hard to see. But the recognition, again, to drop back, my keeper's out. Can I get on the goal line? Can I get my body behind it just to try to block it? And Alvarez, again, just struggling to find that goal that he's been trying so hard all this game to get.
Well, is Davila the man who started this move who will take the corner kick? And is he going to get a yellow card for time wasting? Yes, he is. Well, that's a warning sign from the referee saying these last 20 minutes or so, no more time wasting. Usually you see that for the goalkeeper. I've never seen it for somebody taking a corner kick, let alone in the 71st minute.
So that one here or there, I've seen it done with like free kick situations, like a set piece. Not so often on a corner.
Davila dancing on the ball and poked away by Ogunwale. So it'll be another throw in for the Galaxy in the 72nd minute as they look to slow down the tempo of this game.
To that angle there.
That was close. That angle, it does look like it might have hit his arm. And then Zaris was so close to tapping home his second of the game. This is Giannis who works his way into the box. Played to the top for Alvarez. Alvarez was trying to pick out the far corner and instead played it right down the goalkeeper's alley.
Looks like Giannis is trying to set Alvarez up to say, here, bud, get this goal, but still struggling.
Well, we know he has the ability to score, Efrain Alvarez. It remains 2-1. Those who've watched this Union team know it takes them just a moment to turn the tide.
Sure.
Ofemu comes forward.
Keep them play all day here. Put some pressure on the ball, make him screw up.
Philadelphia is going to have a hard time breaking down an LA Galaxy side that is in their shape, very compact. So far they're passing around the back, and now they get it out wide. That's a good ball for Lewis. Lewis checks in. Flights to the top of the box. Kornfeld Saunders steps in to head away. And Davila gets it off to Giannis. Efrain Alvarez in the 74th minute. Giannis makes the run. It's threaded through to him. Giannis. Ogunwale trying to get back. Giannis has a step on Ogunwale. He's brought down, and the referee points to the spot. And now, what's it going to be for Ogunwale? It's a yellow card for Ogunwale, and the question is, Danielle, was that the last man back, and should that be a different color card?
I have to see the replay there to see if there wasn't somebody tracking down, but that's one of those you question where if he was the last man, I'd argue it could be a red.
And I don't really like that, but to the letter of the law, that would be a red card. Getting back, Ogunwale did have his hands on the back of Giannis, not allowing him to get a shot off. And now the LA Galaxy have a chance to pad their lead from 12 yards out. And so Michael Pellegrino will come out while Giannis is being tended to. And it's Nicholas Blacklock who comes in. Blacklock up from the 16-17s, making his 8th appearance of the season. And it's good to see that Giannis is up and walking very gingerly, but at least walking off under his own power. So once again, it was Efrain Alvarez who unlocked this back line. And then Giannis coming in, and coming across the back of him was Ogunwale. The referee had no option but to point to the spot.
It was a clear goal-scoring opportunity, even though you do see Romero was coming out, could have maybe potentially made a save, but just that push in the back disrupting the play, it's a penalty. And maybe just because it was more of a push rather than a slide tackle, maybe that's why he opted to go with the yellow. But regardless, you have to give some type of card.
And it's Alex Mendez to give the Galaxy a 3-1 lead. The whistle goes. Mendez taking his time. Now Mendez makes the run up. It's Mendez, sends the keeper the wrong way, and the LA Galaxy are inching closer towards the semifinals.
Mendez taking his time, trying to see if maybe he can psych out Romero there with delaying. As he comes in there, he looks like he's going to open up to go to his left and then cuts back in quickly to his right. So that way he's able to beat Romero and pick him out.
Come on, Galaxy. 2 more now. 2 more.
Alex Mendez with his 4th goal of the playoffs has given the LA Galaxy a 3-1 lead. Sends Romero the wrong way.
Come on, Blue.
And he may not have had his shooting boots today, but Efrain Alvarez had the assist on the first goal for Yanez and then created that penalty by threading it through for Yanez again. And Zico Bailey is going to come off. And coming on for him is Jake Arteaga. Arteaga was just with the US U-19s in the Slovakia Cup. Now coming in to close out this game for the LA Galaxy. As off comes Zico Bailey, has been sensational in these playoffs. Kornfeld Saunders beats Thompson to the bar. Lewis. Forward for Temple. Steps inside of Kornfeld Saunders, plays it over the head of the target man, Raffanello, and it comes all the way through for Lopez. It's going to make Raffanello come all the way in before picking it up. It's always a good way to burn 5 or 6 seconds. And now I think the question for the LA Galaxy is how do they manage this game and see it out? Yanez realized he was offside, so he lets that through ball from Efrain Alvarez run. Lewis.
Coming your way. Scott needs help. Scott needs help. Way to get back, Blue.
Stepped in by Davila. He's done a good job since coming on as a substitute, Davila. And there he is, plugging the gap once again. Has Alvarez in the middle. Just look at that for a driven ball from Alvarez. Keeper stays on his line. It's Arteaga who's forward. Back for Alvarez. What a strike from Efrain Alvarez. Oh, he was just building up to that, Danielle.
He's just saving the best for last at that point. My goodness, what an unbelievable strike by Alvarez. Finally connected the way he wanted. Knocks that ball, spins it off. Looks like it just deflected off that post. You see, he brings it back in, lays it off. Outside of the left foot. Pings it off that post into the back of the net. Unbelievable strike.
A special goal from a very special player. And the LA Galaxy are heading toward the semifinals. That has to be the knockout blow.
If I'm the Philly, I'm going to say never, but at this point with the 4-1 lead, as long as the Galaxy play smart, they should be able to come away with this win and advance to the next round.
Well, the cry from Brian Kleban is no laziness. Wants his side to make sure that they close out this game.
It's one of those where if you give Philly 1 goal, they're going to gain that confidence back, and it's going to be a lot of trouble for LA. So as long as they can just hold them off, they should be good.
Cole Turner. Hernandez. The cry from the LA Galaxy bench now is move it, move it, move it. Keep touching the ball. Get it on your foot and get it right off it. And that's exactly what they're doing here.
At this point, it's just play keep away and make Philly chase, make them get tired so when they do win the ball, can they make mistakes because they're tired.
Inside the final 10 minutes, the Galaxy have one foot in the door of the semifinals. Be played July 8th in Kansas City with the championship match on July 10th. It's really interesting. You talk about developing players, Danielle, and what are the most important things. And one thing Brian Kleban said that Ziggy Schmidt told him was, we want a player to have a special quality, whether it's his technique or something that makes him really special. Work on that, build on that. We don't want a jack of all trades. We want a player who is better at something than everyone else, and we want to build that up in them.
It's one of those where, exactly, they're trying to say, let's build to the player's strength, let's flourish, let them flourish and feel confident too. So rather than focusing so much on the negatives of you can't do this or this, it's what can you do and how can we make you the best at it.
So this one almost awkward for Lopez, but it lands on the top of the net. Yeah. And what he said was, what is that one thing that sets that player apart? Find that and build on that. And the other thing that Brian Kleban said, for me, it's really about mentality, especially at this level. How do you handle it? How are you consistent on the daily grind of being a pro day in and day out? And that's something that he really instills on his players, is having that proper mentality, always believing and always being willing to work and fight and scrap for every single ball.
That's the kind of players that you want, those that are willing to put in the effort, work hard, understand how much hard work it will take to accomplish whatever goal you may set. And when you hit those hurdles or face adversity, how do you overcome it? How do you push through it, stay confident, believe in yourself? And that's the type of mentality that builds those strong players.
Ball now. Ready.
Near side looking for Temple. Kornfeld Saunders is going to let this roll out of bounds. The LA Galaxy preparing a double substitution, as it looks like Paulo Carrillo is getting set to check in, as well as Jonathan Estrada, two players who are bound to play their college ball at Cal up in Berkeley.
We don't know yet, but if I'm them, I would be taking Giannis out just to protect him for these last 8 minutes or so. At this point, you're at 4-1. I know he poses a huge threat when you do get the ball front, but I also got to think about the player. He's already been taken down quite a bit. He's already been targeted throughout this game. Let me just get him off and give him a break too.
Hernandez, this is Giannis. He's just going to step on the ball and hold it. Make somebody come challenge him. Very smart play from Ulysses Giannis. If I had his skill, I'd be looking to go for it every single time, and he realized, you know what, this time I don't have to. The game's not calling for it. Raffanello looking to get away. Raffanello had 3 LA Galaxy players policing him, and somehow he'll win this free kick. Great work from Jeremy Raffanello.
Raffanello, they're just trying to work the ball and force a player to draw that foul, and there it is. You got Hernandez committing the foul, and now you're in a really opportune moment here. Can they put one up? And if they go 4-2, that's a huge advantage to Philly because they're getting the momentum, they're getting the confidence, and they can, I think once they do get that, they're just going to keep rolling with it, and that's where you get the dangerous part of it.
So it's Seth Kuhn who's over it. Kuhn had 2 of the 3 goals in the final match day against the Colorado Rapids in group play. This is the Philadelphia Union, came out of Group H to advance to these quarterfinals. Kuhn plays it across. Well taken by Eric Lopez.
So Kuhn, for me, his strikes just haven't been there for this whole game. He's had a couple of good combinations, but overall, he's had more misses than hits. And that's where you saw that ball swinging in and Lopez make the save, just fall in it, draw some time. You know, fall on the ball, take my time getting up. Might as well delay as much as I can.
Zaris touches it off. Davila. 85th minute. Philadelphia Union looking to see this one out on their way to the semifinals, have a 4-1 lead over the Philadelphia Union. This is Kornfeld Saunders for the LA Galaxy. Hernandez. Both teams getting ready to make a plethora of changes. And this is Arteaga, unable to slide it through for Zeres, who, as things stand, has the game-winning goal. I'll correct that as Davila who's making the run through. So Romero floats it over. Brought down on the chest by Lewis. Lovely move to evade Giannis.
Switch, Donald, watch the switch.
Lewis almost intercepted by Efrain Alvarez. Ogunwale pops it up, and it'll be a throw in for the LA Galaxy. And here comes a slew of changes for both sides. I feel bad that the referee, or the fourth official rather, only has one board.
That's where you need a fifth one maybe to help out here and there.
So Jorge Hernandez comes out, and on comes Jonathan Estrada. Leonardo Sepulveda will come out as well. And Paulo Carrillo checks in for his 21st appearance of the season. So those are the two changes for the LA Galaxy. And here come the changes for the Philadelphia Union. Daniel Bloyu coming in. Ghanaian making his 25th appearance of the season. Also coming in is Ramsey Kwamswe. 23rd appearance of the year for Kwamsmai. And one more sub. And it's the goal scorer, Brisma. I believe that the last player who came in was Anthony Cousins. Don't have a 39 on our list.
Good energy, pal, good energy.
Beg your pardon. It's Schneider Borgelin. So Borgelin is in.
Good try.
And that should do it for all the substitutions that just occurred. As Schneider Borgelin makes his 9th appearance for these 18-19s, where he's up from the 16-17s. Great experience for him and all these players that are getting the opportunity to play up, so crucial to players' development, Danielle.
That, and you also see the players that were subbed off up top. You got Brisma and Rafanel will have put in a ton of effort today and made tons of runs, trying to do whatever they can. Might as well give them a break at this point when you say you got less than 5 minutes left. Why not get some other players a chance to put in a lot of pressure, put in fresh legs, and who knows, maybe put enough intensity on it to cause a mistake on that back line.
Arteaga into the feet of Davila. Eric Lopez, the keeper, yelling, hold, hold, keep your shape. And the ball's going to come all the way back to him. He'll leave it off for Lonergan. So we're heading toward the final minute of the 90. The LA Galaxy can start to think about booking their travel plans to Kansas City. So they will join NYCFC in the semifinals. 2 more teams will join them as well. You can check ussoccerda.com for the results. Shot from Carrillo. Not a bad effort, and nothing to trouble Romero. Final minute. Result all but confirmed for the LA Galaxy. 4-1 lead over the Philadelphia Union. Yanez opened the scoring back in the 13th minute. Brisma responded in the 26th for the Philadelphia Union. It was a second half blitz from the LA Galaxy. Zeres with, as things stand, the game-winning goal in the 53rd. Mendez in the 76th from the spot. And Alvarez with a sumptuous strike at the top of the box in the 79th.
It's one of those where if you're the Galaxy, you say all our efforts in the first half and our patience has finally paid off, and we were able to get those opportunities in the second half.
Out of bounds from Cornfield Saunders. Lewis. And played out of bounds. Off the boot of Daniel Bloyu.
That's one of those where you wonder if you just came on, you haven't touched the ball as much as you'd want to. You just got to get a couple of cobwebs out and get your legs start going again.
And now Anthony Cousins will come in. Cousins, another player up from the 16-17s for the Philadelphia Unions. So Lewis's day is done. Lewis was excellent up and down the right-hand side. And there will be 3 minutes of added time. 3 minutes for the LA Galaxy to see out this match. 50 of those seconds have already gone. Can the Philadelphia Union find a consolation goal? Played in from Temple, too close to Lopez. What was the difference today between the LA Galaxy and the Philadelphia Union? What was it that allowed LA to pull away in this second half?
For me, I'd say it'd be the midfield play, where you've got a lot of composure with the three center mids. At the time, you had Anguiano Mendez and Alvarez being able to combine with all the different lines, you know, from the back building up into the mid to the attacking front. Well, as I think with Philly, you didn't see too much of that, especially in the first half. The second half, it got a little better. You saw a couple of plays, especially from Pellegrino and Turner and Kuhn getting a couple here and there, but it wasn't enough, where I think that was the big difference, and that's where you see as well, LA had a lot more possession because they were able to play to feet and play 2-3 quick touches. The other side too is just the composure. You know, you see Philly's a lot more physical and we're more apt to let their emotions get the best of them, and as a result it affects a touch or affects a run, and you're focused more on that rather than the play.
Oh, you can call it.
It's a good run. Held up and a chance to set up a cross.
No shot.
A good combination.
Nice.
Now battling into the box. And Mendez went to ground with a sliding challenge just on the edge of the box. And just be careful, Mendez is already on a yellow card.
He's okay.
It's played in. Arteaga missed it.
Get it out.
Looking to clear.
All right, Paulo.
Now the Galaxy get it forward. Alvarez over the top again. Yanez, the keeper's out. Yanez past the keeper. Gets it off on Gunwale and just can't pick out the far post. A tremendous effort, and that will do it. The LA Galaxy are through to the semifinals of the U.S. Soccer Development Academy U-18-19 championships, and they can book their tickets to Kansas City with a 4-1 win over the Philadelphia Union. Final thoughts, Danielle D'Avanzo.
This is a fun match. Both teams came out. They were able to possess quite a bit. And again, as I've been mentioning all game, I do love the possession style of LA Galaxy. Philly also had quite a bit of that as well. And you saw they had the physicality in the beginning especially. And as the game went on, I did like their defensive style of being composed and trying to wait for those counters. They had the speed up top to do it. But at the end of the day, I think a big difference again with LA was their composure. And you've got a player like Yanez on your team that also helps a lot as well.
This quarterfinal finishes 4-1 in favor of the LA Galaxy, who will move on to Kansas City next month. They will join NYCFC. We do not know the results of the other quarterfinals, so to find those out, please go to ussoccerda.com. That will do it for us. We'll be back with you with more feature games tomorrow. But for now, for Danielle D'Avanzo, for our producers, Scott Cheney, Alex Bousquet, and Chase Neidig, I'm Mark Serber saying so long from Oceanside, where it finishes the LA Galaxy 4, the Philadelphia Union 1. The LA Galaxy march on to the semifinals.